what is up, dudes and dudettes? This is Due Diligence here, and I know it's a little bit late when I post this video, but as you all know that I'm on my last year of Masters, therefore right now Master classes are actually started to be in person now, so I'm forced to go to the school every single day and just go to class, and all the classic schedules are super weird. Like it starts after dinner and it goes from there, right? So one of the things that we plan to push out every single weekend is, so what pisses me off in a finance master program is you have textbooks that's over like $100, and tuitions are very expensive. So how do we make those money back, or trying to at least make the textbook money back? Is we as a channel, Due Diligence channel, is gonna provide you guys free masters or free finance masters, sort of like course content. Like whatever I learn in school, I will regurgitate and then put out a better video online every single weekend to sort of be a review for myself, but also give you guys a free financial education online. And some of you can just put me on a podcast and I will give you some basic finance masters programs on content. For example, today we learn about like some random ratios about how to determine whether this company is in a good financial health situation or not. And then we have case studies, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post PowerPoints and sort of summarize what the case study is all about, and I will give you what the professor says about these things, and I will give you my own opinion. And sometimes I do think my own opinion, my way of solving these problems is more efficient. But again, academia is academia, so you guys get both the professor side and my side, and also I will also search for alternative solution to all these case studies for you guys. So on weekends, those are gonna be like the core content, and for those of you who are interested in learning what people are learning in business school, this is gonna be a super great content, right? And also I will semi-produce some mathematical courses to give you guys a basic finance education on the side. Those are going to be on the YouTube channel, and if you want more detailed supplementary videos, those are going to be on the Patreon. For example, there's going to be a more detailed case summary, and there's going to be some more examples after every single course. So the goal is just we get enough views so I can make my textbook money back. All right, let's get into today's content. So today's market, this video is going to dedicate to MMAT, so we're just going to talk a little bit about MMAT. As we said before, actually yesterday was the pivotal point for MMAT. It's sort of it either would stabilize at 4.9, then the downward trend starts yesterday, because you have like a technical crossover here. The 15 MA and 5 MA sort of courses and crosses, and 5 MA have a downward slope, and 15 MA is right now at a pivotal point. So basically tomorrow is a huge day for the market, as well as everybody else, basically, because SPY is on the verge of gapping down to another liquidity gap, and the liquidity in small cap stocks is drying up a little bit. I mean, we do see a huge retail traction today and yesterday, sort of buying the dip action, right? And if you do a 1 minute chart, you will see a bunch of buying the dip action going on over here, buying the dip action going on over here. This is actually quite interesting, this one. Around 1 o'clock after lunch break, people decided to do a pull-up, but the price action cannot sustain itself. And if you go back and watch our previous video on MMT, we talk about the key resistance line at 4.94, which now we broke today. And if we go and look at the option chain here, you will see that just for this week, or in terms of this week's option movement, we don't see a lot of volume coming in for the October calls. People are a little bit bearish about where this stock is going, and you see the implied volatility reset sort of intraday or interday, or whatever you call that. That means in terms of like call inflow actions, there's not a lot of call inflow actions. That means in the sort of like from September 21st to like October 3rd or October 1st, like with the next 2 weeks, including this week, the action is going to be slowed down a little bit. This is basically the after effect of IV reversal from last week, because last week is just a fantastic week if you just trade on volatility, right? And then on this video, we're just going to do a sort of like a quick soft prediction for this week. So this week's range is actually from $5.3 all the way extending to about $4.6. So if by the end of the week the stock price is lower than $4.6, then you will see a further pullback to about 4.2, and if it hits 4.2, then 3.8 or 3.8 is basically what we say is the true value of the stock right now in terms of our fundamental analysis and everything, and it probably will go down to that point. But if tomorrow the FOMC meeting went super well, Powell said something really great about tapering, or said something really great about the economic outlook or whatever, the market, there's probably going to be an inflow of money. And if the FOMC meeting goes as expected, as the bearish run will end and the bullish run will continue, as we are literally seeing a very interesting technical pullback on the SPY, on the Nasdaq and everything. If everything goes as what it's supposed to, and Powell doesn't announce anything super explosive or whatever, we will see the Bitcoin rebound, we will see SPY rebound, and we will see a VIX die down, and we will see MMAT going back over $5 line. So it's actually pretty, if your general market outlook is everything's going to be fine, then right now, especially if tomorrow have a pullback again to $4.6, then the $5 and $6 call is actually pretty cheap at that point. Consider the IV, it's going to be super low tomorrow, and everything like that, right? And then if tomorrow everything goes the way it should be, FOMC meeting goes fine, the monetary policy is not going to change, taper is not be anywhere near, interest rate is not going to increase anywhere near, there's no really a tax hike, sort of a very immediate announcement, then you will see capital inflow tomorrow. It's probably going to rebound to $5, and from that point we sort of play by ear at that point. Because we all know that if the market is about to actually have an imminent crash to the 8% line that we indicated in previous videos, then small cap is going to be the one that hurts the most. Another part of this video is we are already talking about it. We're going to talk about the new press release from Meta Material. Meta expand executive leadership with 2 strategic appointments. So basically, they appointed someone who had over 25 years of experience in intellectual property, and it's really great because this guy also have a sort of I think it's either a he or she, I'm not really sure yet. I haven't done very detailed DD. I probably will do very detailed people DD in the next few days. They really need an intellectual property officer. They hired one, probably pay him or her a salary, right? And we have another person as the vice president of corporate affairs or chief of staff. That just literally means that they're gonna basically strengthen or speed up their hiring process. I don't know if this is the right way to go, especially if they only have about $50 million left in their pocket. The burn rate is really going to be an issue, but detailed people DD is going to be provided in the next few videos. We're going to make another video about the detailed updated dividend update, because the oil price also shoot up again, and we see some very interesting deal flows going on within the Texas state line, especially with the new energy bill and everything. So this is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys like it. If you have any questions, comment down below. And if you're just one of those haters, do your own thing. We're in the process of we're getting hated, but it's all just expected. See you guys on the upside, and hopefully this video helps to clear out some of the confusions. And in the next few hours or days, we're going to post another video about Evergrande crisis. I know a lot of YouTubers are talking about it. I think I will provide a very fresh and different perspective on the Evergrande crisis, because I know people who actually works there, and B, due to my background, I actually studied in 3 different continents, so I actually sort of understand the corporate culture in Hong Kong, and I understand their corporate structure, and I also understand what really changed in real estate development that triggers this crisis. So hopefully that video is going to be great, and see you guys on the upside.